So the meet has come and gone, and I'm already looking to the future. Um, I took Sunday and Monday off, and I was really happy with how Saturday went. There's a few things I wish I could have done better, or I wish would have gone a little differently, but it is what it is, and I'm already past it and moving forward. So on to the next training cycle, on to the next set of goals. I don't have a meet picked out right now. The closest one that I can pretty much say I'm guaranteed to do is 6 months away. Whether I do something in between that is dependent on how these little micro training cycles go, because I can't really guarantee how things are going to progress. The PRs that I set this last weekend were a long time coming, and it took a very long time to develop those, and I think people assume that a lot of it came out of nowhere, but for a little bit of perspective, I've worked my butt off to bring my squat up. I've run Smolov twice in the last 4 months. I've been running Shako for the last year and a half, 2 years, with the intention of bringing up my squat, and it's taken 2 years to put 40 pounds on it. My bench press, I've been working it 4 days a week for the last 2 years, and it's taken me that long to bring my meet PR up another 30 pounds. And my deadlift, which I train very hard, also has only really gone up 7 pounds in the last 2 years. So it takes a long time and a lot of hard work to take the numbers that I've put up and improve them. And I'm willing to put in the work, but I think people need to realize it does take a lot of time. Someone posted, "What's next? A 750 squat, a 400 bench, and an 800 pound deadlift." And I was like, well, that's maybe in 5 years I'll be able to do that, but I definitely don't see that happening in the very near future. It's going to take a lot of focused, concentrated work and just busting my hump every day. And I'm willing to put in that time because it's important to me, and it's important to me to do it the way that I see is right, and to make it happen the way that I want it to. So I am back in with this different kind of training cycle. I picked up a couple of things that I really liked from the last couple that I've run, and one of those is restricting my rest periods and utilizing volume and frequency overload, and as in above the fact of what the load is. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of timed rest period things in the next 10 weeks because that's how long I've set this training cycle up for. Today is actually going to be considered the third day of the week for my training week, and it's going to be more bench focused with less on the squat. I did 3 sets of 5 for my 315 bench press, and then this was 5 sets of 5 at 405 for squat, and it was with short rest periods. So the squatting was done in under 8 minutes total. I was trying to stick to 60-second rest periods. I got a little bit behind on those just because the last 6 weeks of training have been really heavy, long, intense training sessions, and I'm a little out of shape when it comes to this faster paced stuff. So it's going to take me at least a week or two to get back into the conditioning that will be necessary to finish these workouts without just feeling absolutely gassed afterwards. After the squats, move back over to the bench press. This is going to be my second round of bench, and it's going to be more rep focused with a lightweight. And since I do plan on competing at 220 again for my next meet, I think it'd be a good idea to bring up a little bit of upper body size. I was 11 pounds lighter than the weight class requirement, and so I don't think it would hurt to develop a little bit more musculature to help my frame support the loads that I'm going to be using. And so also on top of this extra hypertrophy work, I will be adding in a shoulder aspect, which I haven't trained my shoulders directly in quite some time, and you can see I'm a little bit uncoordinated getting back to the movements, but this little circuit is going to be utilized to kind of get some direct shoulder focus. And I did 3 sets of this after my 3 sets of 10 on that other bench press, and then I did some rear delt work afterwards. And I guess the idea of this training cycle is to keep my frequency and my volume up on my squat and my bench press to maintain them, but also to put some more focused attention on my deadlift, which I feel like is taking kind of a back seat because it's always been the lift that's developed the fastest for me. It's always been the lift that I've been the most naturally good at, and so I think it's time for me to put a little bit more focused attention on. So it's going to get its own day, and that is going to be day 5 in the training week. So that's going to be my next workout, and it's just going to be deadlift and deadlift accessories only. Which if you followed my videos with any kind of frequency, you'll know that that's pretty rare for me. I usually mix all the lifts, and accessory work for me is usually kept to a bare minimum and as needed, because I'm really big on training the lifts themselves. So there are some big changes happening, and when I planned out this training cycle, I did it intentionally because I want to adjust the stimulus so that the next time I go back to the kind of training I was doing before, it'll be more effective and my body will be more responsive to that stimulus change. So I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of questions about this because it is pretty different, and I'm going to encourage you guys just to follow for the next at least couple of weeks until you kind of get an idea of what's going on, because it will be pretty straightforward once it's out there, but it looks kind of weird on paper right now. So I do want to thank everybody for their continued support. The recent explosion of subscribers, I feel like once again is going to be attributed, for one, to the fact that the total was pretty big. So thank you guys who have come because you were excited to see that total. I'm still pretty proud of it, regardless of the things I'd like to improve on next time. And also thanks to Jason Blaha, who did give me another shout out video, and I have a feeling that a lot of my recent grind brothers and sisters are also Ice Cream Fitness Army, so thank you guys for that. I do want to give a special shout out to my friend Andy Roof, who was at the meet with me and did a phenomenal job himself. I want to give him a special little bit of credit because he's been a really good friend and a really supportive person in especially the last couple of months. And I believe this was only his third meet. He squatted 705, bench press 440, and deadlifted his first 800-pound deadlift, and it was a beautiful pull. It was one of the cleanest 800-pound deadlifts I've ever seen, and especially for his first one. I'm so proud of you, Andy. He weighed in at 304 and has been working really hard to bring up those numbers, and remember that name, Andy Roof. It's going to be huge in the future. So thank you guys again, and I will talk to you again on Thursday when it's going to be that first deadlift session, and I can't wait. So bye.